Hey, what's up, people? Back at you again this morning with another Moralities Moment. This is my second vid in my video series entitled First Things First. This morning's vid is entitled Black First. My note says, first love your own as you will love yourself, then others as they do you. Black first. Yesterday I shared that one must learn to love oneself in order to love others. This morning's vid reiterates yesterday's vid where I said first we must learn to love ourselves before we can love another. And then this morning I'm telling you we need to love black first, meaning love our own first. How can we have love for another ethnicity, for another culture, when we don't even love our own? It's important for us, and I look at it from this standpoint, which is my second note this morning. I want to add again that to love your own as you would love yourself. I look at, my brothers and sisters of my same ethnicity, and more so the younger ones, and I look at them, and I can see some of the tendencies that I had when I was that age, and instead of me putting them down, I should do everything I can to show them that I care or I love them. And you want me to tell you how you show somebody that you care, you love them? Say something. I can remember years back when one day I was at a school waiting to pick my son up from school, and this young man walked across my car with his pants almost around his knees, and I said, and I got out the car, and I told him, I said, what's the purpose in having the pants on if you're going to have them around your knees? I said, pull your pants up, young man, because I kept it 100 with him. I kept it real. I said, even if you was out here trying to do something and you got it and the police were chasing you, how do you think you're going to get away with your pants around your knees? You're going to trip and fall before you get started, And he pulled his pants up. He might have pulled them back down when he walked away or got out of my sight. But at that particular moment, I showed that young man that I cared, that I had love for him, and I was generally interested in his well-being. That's what I'm talking about. Love black first. If we want to rectify or reconcile relationships in our own community amongst ourselves, we got to learn to love one another first off, because again, all of us, we ain't always got it right. Some of us may have issues throughout life down the line somewhere, but as we gotten older, much wiser, we should be able to take some of that wisdom and knowledge and share it with someone else. Reach one, teach one. That's how they used to tell me back in the day. You reach one and teach one. All it starts just one. I look at, ways of how we can facilitate reconciliation, pull our community back together as a whole, and using the same strategy of multi-level marketing. You don't need a whole big group to do what you need to do in multi-level marketing. All you need is to do is get 4 or 5 people to follow a process, if you would, to grab hold to a few principles, and then they could take that and then they could share with 5 more people or 6 more people, however many people their sphere of influence encompasses, and that's how you build a great multi-level marketing company. Same premise with facilitating reconciliation in our community. Reach 1, 2, or 3, teach 1, 2, or 3, and then encourage them to take what they learn or gather from your influence and share it with somebody else. That's how we love black first. We want to reel in our kids, out of these streets. We want to encourage our adults to make better decisions, encourage them to be more productive and produce in their community. Guess what? We got to be willing to put it all on the line, in order to reach one, teach one. My last note I want to say, all of this leads to my last statement, which I will talk about later in this video series. Family first above all else. We're one big family, be it biological, through association, or whatever. You know, when we see our brothers and sisters getting off track, you know, if we could say something to reel them back in, guess what? Say it. If we can reel them, if we could do something to reel them back in, do it. And it brings me to this story, and I'm gonna wrap with this. You know, it was this individual in the Bible, story of an individual that laid at this door called Beautiful. You know, it was a door outside of a church. You know, and he had been coming to this place for years, asking for change and stuff like that. Some people stepped over him. Some people may have gave him change. But in me studying that story, I realized if he had been doing this for some years, money wasn't the issue. The issue was he needed somebody to pay attention and give him a hand and help him up. So it was these two individuals that came by this one particular day, and he asked them for something. And one of them stopped and looked at him and said, "Gold and silver I don't have, but what I do have, I'll give to you." And what he said was, "In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, get up and walk." And not only did he speak it to him, he extended a helping hand. So sometimes we have to back our words up with action and not just speak, you know, and stop stepping over people, you know, and you see that they need help, you know. Say something encouraging, extend a helping hand. And it ain't always got to be money. Sometimes people just need for you to talk to them and share from your own experience. So with that being said, remember, love your own as you will love yourself, and then others as they do you. Black first. Family above all else. With that being said, hope you enjoyed this morning's morality moment. Peace, and I'm out.